We made it to the end of the week. We have made it to the end of the week. Isn't that awesome? Now we get to either rest or work the rest of the weekend, right? So how is everybody doing? I want you to come in and I want you to basically tell me where you are watching from. Let me know where you are watching from as I go in here and basically invite some people to join us on our broadcast. I want to know where you're watching me from. So let's see. Wow. So let me just go in and share the broadcast. And let me tag some friends. I want to tag some friends. I want to tag some friends to come and watch the broadcast. Let me see a couple more people, a couple more people, a couple more people. Then we can get it together. Okay? Okay, I think I'm good now. Mm, mm-mm. I don't know what that is, so we're just going to skip that. Okay? So I want to just say welcome, live viewers, and welcome, replay viewers. So I hope that, again, that your week was okay. And as we are now toward the weekend, I hope it's even better now because you get to relax. Hopefully, you get to relax and, just take a moment for yourself. But tomorrow is the first day of fall. How about that? So, how many people on this broadcast cast or on the replay love the fall season? Raise your hands. I love my favorite seasons is fall and I would say spring. I'm not a winter person and I'm not a summer person. I don't like it when it's too hot and I don't like it when it's too cold. Just give me spring. And I mean, if you really think about it, lately the springs have been kind of cold. They haven't really been like spring like days we used to have back in the day. But I'm gonna digress because I may be telling my age if I go back that far. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. My name is Michelle Raleigh, and I equip entrepreneurs with systems, operations, and processes. So if you are that person and you just sometimes, don't know how to figure out putting certain things together, putting landing pages together, connecting your lead magnets, and all of those type of things, I am that go-to person that helps you to get over that. I create tutorials to basically help you step by step, walk you through the process. So it's really easy for you and you don't have to stress about it because I'm doing all the hard work for you. Okay. So today's topic I basically wanted to talk about is why you need to set boundaries in your business. Why it's so important for you to set boundaries in your business. And this is something that you know, we as business leaders really need to do because we are really putting out a professional presence to those who come to our business, those whom we serve. And if we don't put boundaries in place, what happens is we can feel taken advantage of, and we will be taken advantage of if we don't put and set boundaries in place. So I want to give you some key tips today to help you hopefully put that process in place. And now this is part of the onboarding process because you don't wait until you get into a project with someone. Let me just say that. You don't wait until you get into a project and then you find out that this person is not the person that you say, what, I really don't understand, you know why, I just started to do business with this person because it's like, they are really not respectful of my time. They're not respectful of a lot of things within the business. And this is what onboarding helps you to do at the start of it. Excuse me. So the first thing you want to do is you want to always be consistent with your client. You want to always let them know that, if I'm giving you the breakdown, and that's what you're supposed to do. You give them the breakdown of how you're doing business. You give them, the contact information, the email information, you know, all of the particulars of how that relationship is going to go forward as you are onboarding them. You let them know, um, as far as, setting a schedule as based on, what times you're available. What does your work week look like? Do you have a scheduling system set up that basically lets them know that this is my scheduling system? So if you need to, schedule a time with me or whatever, you just, click on this link and it takes you to my scheduling system, and you basically, can go in there and put down the dates that I have available, and then me and you can have an appointment and a meeting. But if you're just basically say, oh, just call me, here's my number, but then they're calling you all the time, they're texting you all the time, and now work hours for you is over. Your work hours is over, but they're still texting you, they're still calling you. And for me, I think it's a good practice. And I know maybe this is not for everybody in business, that maybe practice this right now, but as we probably grow and gain momentum in our business, it's good sometimes to have a work phone and a business phone. I think that's such a good practice to have a business cell, did I say work phone or business phone? Okay, that didn't come out right. To have a business phone and a personal phone. That's what I meant to say. And you want to make sure that you give them that business number. Don't give them your personal number and say, oh, well, no, because, I really like them and I'm just going to let them know I'm accessible to them. Now, some people do that. Some people, just, at some of their clients beck and call. But if you really are a person that's structured, you have a family, you have other things that, go on after the work hours, then you want to basically set a time structure in place. You want to make sure that you basically let them know, listen, I am available to you based on these hours. If you want to go in and schedule that appointment with me, this is what you have to do. But I don't answer my phone. My business phone is actually cut off after that time, so you cannot even reach me. I don't check my emails after that time. I don't check them until the next day. So you really set that precedence, that boundary, so people don't cross it. Because I'm going to tell you, people will try to cross that boundary. There are people that will try to cross that boundary, and you want to make sure you don't want to get yourself, you know, I would say, in a place of where you're now coming off unprofessional because someone is basically kind of pushing your buttons. And you'll kind of know that in the beginning because, true story, I had the same kind of, person that I was onboarding. And the thing about it, I laid out to them at all the steps, my price list, everything that I did, and how I could help them with what they were coming to me for. But because they were basically wanted to come in and gain and glean information from you or pull information out of you, because they're looking to say, okay, how much does this person really need my business, or are they really hungry that they'll really just give me little tidbits that I can just basically take and go back and do it myself without hiring them. And you have to be very careful about that, because some people will try to prey on you, and sometimes they can feel if you're not really confident in what you're, not to say what you do, but you're really kind of stepping out and maybe meeting people, and it's maybe a little bit uncomfortable in the beginning. But as you gain momentum and start meeting other people and start gaining your confidence in that area, then you'll be able to say, no, this is my schedule, and no, after this time, and you can't call me, and stick to that. Because if they start calling you, you have to let them know, and just remind them, when you came on, this is basically what I let you know. So another step is in setting boundaries. I would say it's okay to say no. It's okay to say no. Sometimes, we think if we say no to a customer that they're not going to want to do business with us. If they ask us, can we do something else that may be outside the guidelines of the contract or what they're hiring us for, that we think, if, oh God, if they put this other thing on here, if I don't say, yes, if I don't say yes and agree to it, then they're not going to want to do business with me. But then we start thinking in our mind, well, I'll just go ahead and take it on. It probably ain't going to take me that long. And then what happens is we are slowly moving that boundary line away from where we wanted it to be. And now they're basically seeing how much they can basically pack on for, that price that you charged them, to say, wait a minute, I'm not even making any money anymore because I really allowed you to come in and set a boundary, that was not supposed to be said. So with that being said, you want to make sure that when that client comes to you, you're very you're very adamant about making sure this lighting is killing me. Just let me adjust it for a moment. You want to be very adamant about setting, those things in the beginning of your business. So this way, once that person is onboarding into your business, you don't want to be like, oh, this person is a nightmare. They keep calling me. They keep, texting me. They keep emailing me. And I done laid out a schedule for them based on how I'm going to do business with them. I done let them know everything that, what I'm going to do going forward, but they're still, not being, they're not giving that same courtesy to me. And maybe with that type of relationship, you may have to, sit down and basically say, have a conversation and say, listen, I don't know what your apprehension is about. Let me know what some of your fears are, or really what's going on, so we can put that to rest, because I believe I laid out everything and we were on the same page. So what is really going on that's causing you to kind of feel, like, you got to keep contacting me when it's really not urgent. So sometimes you may have to put that person to ease, because to be honest with you, a lot of people that are in business, they have been duped by certain coaches and just basic people that they have preyed on them. So there may be a little bit apprehensive of dealing with someone else, but that is the reason why you want to set those boundaries. Hi Erica, thanks for joining. I'm basically talking about why we need to set boundaries in our business, especially with our clients and our customers. So I'm just giving tips about that, because I believe it's so important for us to set boundaries in our business. So this way we don't get taken advantage in the onset of that onboarding process with our clients. And also we want to make sure that we are giving them great value, but also letting them know, the different times that we can basically, hi Elaine, thanks for joining. Can y'all just in the comments put where you're watching me from? Put where you're watching me from, because that's what I kind of had this thing. Put where you're watching me from, and put down what season do you like the best, because tomorrow is the first day of fall. So I said that I like fall and spring. So put down what are your best seasons. So this way I can see what you like, as well as you now know what I like. So I'm going to get back into this live, because, I just wanted to say hi to those that came into the broadcast. Okay, so now another thing about setting boundaries, and this is on us. Now, this is something that really needs to be addressed. If you now are at the stage where you have clients, and maybe you have a recurring client that continues to do business with you, and you're getting a little bit familiar with them and getting a little bit comfortable with them, and you're not setting the same uh, boundaries that you want them to meet in your business. Maybe you're not showing up for appointments at certain times. Maybe you're not returning phone calls, or what have you, at the time that you state you're going to do that. And the reason why I'm saying this, because I have seen this done in businesses where people get such a big amount of clientele in their business, because maybe they're really good at what they do, and they take that customer for granted. And they, basically, to me, they are not respectful of their time. And I've seen this through, I would say a family member that really didn't respect some of the clients that they had, their time. And the people would be so, frustrated and angry when they came and said, you had me sitting here for 2 hours waiting, and I had other appointments to do. And they would just shrug it off as though, hey, you want me, you wait for me. And I think that is such the wrong attitude to have when we're in business, especially when we have now, gotten and gained, a client base. We have to basically continue to treat them with respect. We can't take and get so familiar with our clients that we basically take their time for granted, or we take for granted that they'll always be here, just because they were a long time customer. We have to know, in this day and age, there are people that are coming up quick and fast that maybe can exceed what it is that maybe we may be even doing. But if we know we're doing it in a a place of excellence and integrity, even though it may be somebody else maybe a little bit better or skilled in another area than us, but because we are excellent in our execution, we're excellent in setting the right and proper boundaries, we're excellent with making sure and taking care of our clients, they're not going to go elsewhere because they like the service that they're getting from us. So we have to be very mindful about really making sure that we are, setting the same precedence in our business that we're asking our clients to meet us at. So we want to make sure that is a precedence that we set. Now, another point that I want to bring forth as far as setting a boundary for some of you entrepreneurs who work from home. Now, this can be a big thing, especially when you have clients that know that you work from home. They can sometimes want to impose on your time. And sometimes family members do too, because they think, oh, well, you're not at, a real job. I'm sorry to say it that way, but that's how sometimes our families think. They think because we work at home that we, are supposed to be available whenever they say we're supposed to be available. And sometimes our clients do also. Well, you're at home. Why you couldn't answer the phone? You ain't, I know you got a business, but come on now. You could at least pick up the phone, but I'm busy. I'm doing something, I'm attending to another call. I'm attending to another client. You may not be the only client. So we have to really allow people to respect our business, especially when we're working from home. We have to set those guidelines, and we have to let people know that maybe live in the area. And I don't know if you do business like this, if you have clients come to your home, but you have to let them know you just can't not show up at my home, because my home is off limits unless you have a dedicated office with another entrance where they can come in at. But you want to let them know that you don't ever show up at my home. If we're going to meet, we're either going to meet online via Zoom or a conference call, or we're going to meet at a coffee shop somewhere that is neutral territory, but I don't bring my clients to my home. So you don't want people to become too familiar with you because of your personality, and you may come off, nice as you are, but they'll take that and just feel like, oh, well, you made me feel so relaxed and comfortable. I'm just going to come by. And that's like, no, please don't do that. Please don't do that. So another thing I want to say as far as setting boundaries in your business is defining your work hours. Defining not only your work hours, but defining your days off. So if you're telling your clients, well, if you go to my online schedule, my scheduling link that I have sent you in the onboarding welcome package, you will see that those days are basically the days that I'm available. If you see a day that is not on that list, that means I am not available. So that means I will not answer my phone, and I will not answer my email until those days that I'm available. And we have to basically set that in our business. And the reason why is because you may have more than one client. What happens when you get a couple of clients, or maybe 3 or 4 clients at the same time, and you're juggling between those 3 and 4 clients, but you have this one client that wants total attention? They don't respect anything. They don't respect your time. They don't respect anything. So you're really having an issue with them. And I was remembering, as I was even just preparing for this broadcast, I remember back on the Oprah show years back when she was basically, I think she had hired this fitness coach, Bob Green, to get her in shape or whatever, and to lose the weight. And I remember at the initial, she told this story, and it was so such a good story that she told, and he was there with her, and she said, I want you to tell the audience what you said to me when I came to our first meeting. And he said to her, he says, listen, you hired me to do a job for you. You hired me to help you to lose weight. But you did not come to my home. You came an hour late. And it's not about even who you are, because who you are doesn't even faze me. And he wasn't saying it to be mean-spirited, but he was saying to her, basically, your title or who you are, it should not, have anything to do with you showing up late. You showing up late is basically a disservice, not only to yourself, but to me, because that is not the proper way to start off this type of relationship. So you need to respect my time, just like I need to respect your time. And it really, let me see that just because you may get a celebrity client, maybe you may get somebody that in your business that you wanted to work with for so long. Maybe what if I don't know, maybe Lisa Nichols maybe called you up and said, I know you do X, Y, and Z. Can, I want to do some business with you, but they show up 2 hours late. Or, they postpone the day, like, 20 minutes before you supposed to meet them, and you don't even know they postponed it until you call them and find out they postponed it. So it's basically saying, listen, my integrity in business is to be forthright and upfront with you, and I expect the same thing. Just because you are a celebrity or a public figure, it's not going to change how I'm going to do business. And I think that if we really know who we are, we won't allow that to happen in our business. We won't fan out over people that we wanted to work with and allow them to push our boundaries away because of who they are. And that's just showing, and I'm sorry, sometimes God will have that come within your business. Sometimes he will test you basically to see, are you looking at the person? Are you really there to help the person? Or are you looking at the personality? So we have to really understand, when it comes to working with people that we may wanted to work with so long, they get the same boundaries as somebody that, just regular person showed up to our door. I'm not giving you favor in this area just because of who you are. I'm gonna treat you the same way that I treat all of my clients, because that is who I am. Because if you change your dynamic for one person, then it speaks a whole lot about who you are as not only a business leader, who you are as a person, because it's going to set a precedence in your business that's going to bring a wrong energy in your business. And I don't believe you want that for your business. So this is why it's so important to set really good boundaries for your clients and for yourself. So this way you can really perform at an optimum level to help them and help them achieve their goals, help them to really get to the place that they want to be in their life. So I hope that these tips have helped you in setting boundaries with your clients, knowing what you will take and what you won't take. And for those who maybe joined the broadcast a little bit late, also I stated about having maybe two types of phones: a personal phone and a business phone, where you don't give away your personal phone number, because you don't want people calling you all hours and times of the day. You give them a work email, not the email that they're going to just fill up your inbox and text you and all these things. So you want to make sure that you're putting good practices in your business that will help you to help them. So I'm done, and I hope that you have enjoyed these tips. And I just want to let you know, I have a Facebook group called Kingdompreneur, and I'm going to link that in the comment section below. And what this group is about, it's about equipping the entrepreneur with again, systems, tools, and operations. So I want to basically just invite you to join that Facebook group, because in that Facebook group I have many tutorials helping you to create lead magnets, social media memes. I mean, just so many things that can help you hands on to put things together in the least amount of time, to help you really get on with what it is that you love to do, and that's serving your clients. So God bless you. Have a great weekend, and welcome into our new season of fall. Be safe. Bye bye.